Namaskar. Thanks to some new developments, I felt it important that I should come and explain some of the things that are happening, because I see that Dr. Anand Ranganathan, a popular TV commentator as well as an author, is being, felt or put on the same kind of a pedestal as Nupur Sharma, the usual crooks that go about gaslighting. They are starting saying the same thing. And I'm going to just play a small snippet of what he said in an ANI podcast. And from there, we will take back and see what exactly is happening. So can we have the video, please? This is 10 seconds long.
Face you may like to address it as, is going to continue. You need an Israel-like solution.
So what he is saying is that the things that are happening in Kashmir are going to continue, and you need an Israel-like solution. After that, all hell has broken loose. Nobody looked at what he said after that, explaining it, or before that. So they take one small snippet of data, exactly like what happened in Nupur Sharma's case, and then try to make it out saying that this man is calling for a genocide. So I'm going to show you Tehseen Poonawala. He was one of the participants in that ANI podcast, and what he said. So I'm going to show you a small slide deck, and then I will explain some of the things that are going on. We have to get ahead of the story, guys. All Hindus, get ahead of the story. Don't let anything like that happen. That rascal Zubair is out on bail. I don't know which government is sitting on his bail. They can apply to revoke his bail. It's already been proven that he has been lying. Okay, let's take a look at the slide deck, please. Is Dr. Anand Ranganathan being made like Nupur Sharma? That's the question that I'm asking. I know I'm sounding a little bit like Ornob, but sometimes you have to get a little bit angry. Sometimes you have to get a little bit outraged, because what is happening is on the other side of the valley, that is in Jammu, 3 encounters in less than 72 hours. Mop-up operation still going on. We keep seeing some terrorists being eliminated, but we don't know how many are still lurking out there. And the other side, they want to try and divert you away from that and say that, oh, this guy is saying that he wants genocide of Kashmiri Muslims. He never said that. Let's take a next slide, please. This is what Tehseen Poonawala's tweet says, and this link to this will be provided in the references section of description. So you go back and read it. I just copy pasted it. Okay. On the Samosa Caucus podcast with Smita Prakash, Anand Ranganathan never called for a genocide against the Kashmiri people. Ayerwal and I called his idea of an Israel-type action in Kashmir as the worst solution. However, let us be clear, he never called for any genocide against our fellow citizens from Kashmir. I'm going to take a look at what Tehseen is saying here. Israel-type action. Did they allow him to explain what he meant? Because from what I could see, they jumped on him immediately saying, no. It is not possible. This is not possible. This is not possible. I want to take our viewers back a few years, in fact, a few decades. Today, what Israel is this a small sliver of land. And on the bottom, there is the Gaza, and on its east is West Bank. West Bank is properties it captured after one of the, I think it was the 1973 war. It could be 67 war. It doesn't matter. Israel controls West Bank. It includes Jerusalem and a bunch of other lands. And this is where Israel started resettling Jews there. They knew what they were getting into. They built enclaves. They armed themselves to the teeth, and they have been doing fine. Even today, even after the Gaza massacre. I don't know if these two learned gentlemen jumped the gun and thinking that Anand was saying something about what happened on October 7th. You should let other person expand on it before you jump in. That I have a criticism against Tehseen and Abhijit. Let's set that thing aside for a moment. But in West Bank, that is how resettlement took place. By the way, this is exactly what the Indian government should have been following. It has been told to them that you pushed out 5 lakh Kashmiri Hindus, we will retaliate or we will respond with 10 lakh ex-servicemen who are all well-bodied, well-abled, and they can stand up for themselves, clear up the land and start, living there, living for a few years, make it safe for the Kashmiri Hindus to return. These are not just Kashmiri Pandits. Don't try to make it a Pandit issue here. There are Sikhs there, there are Dogras, there are Kashmiri Hindus, there are other people who were also displaced. The only yardstick used was, you are not a Muslim. Let that sink in, guys. And I know, because I am saying something now, the IT cell, 𝗒𝙘𝙤 and 𝗑𝙘𝙤 will jump and say, oh, here goes Sree Iyer again. If I see a lot of nonsense come, we're going to stop allowing comments to be put. This channel is for intellectual thought expression and trying to tell people, look, we share ideas and good ideas come out of all our comments. At this point, I let it be. Somebody wants to vent their spleen, do it. But if you want to rebut with facts, please. This is a serious channel. And I'll tell you what is happening after the 2019 revocation of Article 370. Many families who just left with their clothes and whatever vehicle that they could muster and left the valley, because they were told that, don't worry, this will settle down, you can come back and reoccupy your houses. That was what they were told. When the administration, I think it was 𝙥𝙤𝙤𝘀𝑆 who was the governor, that don't worry, you can come back and settle down. This will just, like any other previous protest, this too shall pass. Except it did not pass. What ended up happening was, when some of them went back to their houses, one of my very good friends, he has a haveli, like a mansion-like place on the shores of the Dal Lake. It's Dal Lake, huh? It's not Chana Dal, Tuar Dal. It's Dal Lake. So he said that he went to his house. The front door was broken. Anything of value from the house was completely looted. Completely looted. Even fittings for pipes and all that, everything has been looted. And to make it worse, his in-laws, they also left with their clothes, and they are a little distance away. Goes there, and that has been occupied by two families. One family in the ground floor, another family in the first floor. And when he goes and asks them, look, you don't belong here, this is our house. The guy upstairs is complaining about the guy downstairs, saying that he's not giving me enough water. Arey, dono ghus baitho. See, the problems that the Kashmiri Hindus are facing once they go back to see the status of their property, nobody is mentioning this. They don't feel secure there. So what Dr. Anand Ranganathan is saying is not new. Somebody else has said it before. You need to move in ex-servicemen with their families, people who are able-bodied. See, many Jawans retire at the age of 34. It's a good way to make extra money. Just stay there for 5 years, make the thing anukul, make it possible, peaceful to live there, and then they can withdraw after that. Or give them rights to buy the property. Right now, there is no 370. Anyone can purchase any land anywhere in Kashmir. Please let that thing sink in. But what it is they keep the fear factor high by trying to either pick off all the workers who are coming from mainland to go and work in the apple orchards, or if Kashmiri Hindus come back on some government schemes, they cherry pick them and finish them off. So you cannot let innocent Kashmiri Hindus go there and settle and say, okay, now you got your land back, start living. I'll give you another example. Another friend of mine goes to a place, his house, and the house again is ransacked, completely done nothing, and he just he's sitting outside looking around, because the neighborhood is something that he grew up with. He knew most of the people around. And there was a small kid, 8 years or something like that. And he started speaking to that kid in Kashmiri and offered him like toffees, like chocolates and things like that. You know what that kid said? 8-year-old. I'm not supposed to take any sweets from you, anything from you. You are all kafir and you must be killed. The brainwashing that is going on in the madrasas, why I don't understand why isn't the Intelligence Bureau telling the Modi government this is going on across India, not just in one place. Also, there was one NIT student of NIT Srinagar who just forwarded a Facebook post about something. It doesn't matter. Forwarding somebody's Facebook post, they made a big issue out of it. The guy was rusticated. He had to move outside the university campus. Look, mollycoddling it, treating them with kid gloves is not going to solve a problem. Everybody is same. Finally, after I have been asking, now I'm hearing that people in Srinagar Valley have to pay for their electricity. And I'm saying today, old city Hyderabad, you buggers start paying. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that word. You guys, you better start paying your electricity bills. The country is the same. Why I'm saying all these things is because unless you start treating that everybody is same in front of the eyes of law, some communities will not change. Another community, I've had Savio come and explain what was happening a few days leading up to the election, second phase or third phase, I don't remember which one. He said in every church, the pastor is saying, remember Manipur and go and vote. Somewhere inside all these networks, there has been a lie perpetrated that Manipur was a Christian versus Hindu issue, when it was not. How many times can I bring guests and explain this? People don't want to listen. See, it's easy to make somebody fearful. This is natural sentiment, okay? And this is exactly what the India Alliance has done. And another one, here is the other interesting stuff. The Youth for Panun Kashmir, this is a group, and they were the first ones, or among the first ones, to come to the aid of Dr. Ranganathan. They said that the resolution, Margadarshan resolution of 1991 is non-negotiable, and we, Youth for Panun Kashmir, are compelled to send a legal notice to JNUSU through our council. So they are actually trying to take the legal action. We will not be bullied nor allow anyone to silence a voice supporting our rightful demand for a return to Panun Kashmir, our homeland. What exactly is Panun Kashmir? Here is the map of what Panun Kashmir is. It's that white piece of small land that you see, very, very small piece of land. And essentially that comprises of the valley itself, Srinagar, Varahamula and Anantnag. All it is this. It's time India Hindus start standing up. We are all the same. Nobody should be treated special. It doesn't matter whether there is UCC or not. We are all human beings first. Let us act like that. Let us act as if we are human beings first. That is the truth. You are something else, something else, something else. That's the order of priority that comes later. But as fellow human beings, you owe it to the other person to treat them with respect. Religion has no place in this. You are talking about basic livelihood. It is, look, this is the reason why this thing is amping up now, is that unless this government does something like that, they are going to get voted out. They may not even get 100 seats. BJP may not even get 100 seats if there is an election held next time, because the other side has tasted blood. Next time it will be 10 lakhs per family. Irada to nahi hai. They have no intention of fulfilling it. They'll say 10 lakhs per family. And they may have only limited seeded this time. Next time they'll go pan-India. What I'm aghast is the Modi government has never missed an opportunity to miss an opportunity. The passport issue that came up in 2015, 9 years now, of Rahul Gandhi. Why have they not resolved it? This is a simple black and white case. Instead, they went and unseated him for that court order from Gujarat. The passport case is black and white. He has 2 Indian passports. Forget about anything else. Even that is illegal, guys. You don't have to wait for the British government to tell you. He himself has 2 passports. Identical passports except for the name. In one it says Rahul Gandhi. In the other one it says RAULVINCI, Raul Vinci. When the concerned IAS officer was objecting, saying that, look, according to Indian constitution, an Indian national can have only 1 passport, he was told, don't ask stupid questions, do as you are told. This happened during the Narasimha Rao government. When Mr. Rahul Gandhi was going abroad for studies, they said it was for security purposes. Look, this family believes completely in the hubris and a sense of entitlement. And I don't know what the Modi administration keeps doing by giving them more and more and more and more lollipops. I don't know what majbooriyan they have. I'm sure you guys want to know too. And basically, I can only tell you, I see this thing as complete nonsense. We need to get ahead of it. Let's support Anand Ranganathan. I have not talked to him, and I'm just reading the news and I'm reacting right now because I don't want another repeat of Nupur Sharma here. If there are any questions, I can take them now. NN wants to know, sir, I feel BJP does not consider Hindu supporters as BJP supporters. I think they want people to fall at their feet for help. They will never act suo moto. Any thoughts? NN, we don't know the other pressures they have. Okay, like for example, if you remember what happened in the Nupur case, it was Zubair's comment that was again well strategically spread and amplified by elements outside of India. Then Qatar reacted, Qatar reacted, and then immediately the OIC jumped in, right? That at that point of time, India was going through a bit of a sensitive phase. I'm told that they did not have all their stocks lined up, meaning oil stock. And if India had taken a stand against Qatar, they would have stopped selling natural gas to India. Every household would be paying 3 times the price for gas cylinders. Do you think at that point of time you will go and congratulate the Indian government saying, "Wah, wah, 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 aapne dikha diya Qataron ko, hum de denge 2-3 guna gas ke liye." Will you do that? You will not, because not everybody will be able to afford the higher price. So the government also has to be pragmatic in some cases. In this case, like I'm saying, I see this Israel type solution is essentially resettlement. And this is not Dr. Anand Ranganathan's idea. It was Dr. Subramaniam Swamy's idea. He's been saying this for many years, that if they eject 5 lakh, we put 10 lakh ex-army people there for a period of time. So the populace understands that you can't jerk them around. Today, who is standing up for the Kashmiri Hindus have gone back with promise of jobs? In fact, after one such killing, everybody was ordered back into an enclave and they were not allowed to leave at all. They wouldn't, because the government was not sure how they can ensure their safety. So the safety comes in numbers. That is what is the import of that statement. It's unfortunate that he was not given time to explain what he meant by that. So these things happen. Podcasts, people get hot-headed and we erupt out in responses. So don't take one small sliver of information, blow it out of proportions. And I really want, there is the original tweet by Mr. Zubair. You need an Israel-like solution to Kashmir, says Ranganathan. Isn't this an open call for genocide of Kashmir? Where the heck are you connecting the dots? So this guy is a habitual liar. He's on bail, okay? And at least revoke his bail now, please. Bail can be revoked, especially if you make inflammatory statements. He is going back to his old behavior. His thing is, dikha diya, India Alliance 234 seats have come, they'll come to my rescue. He's also official data checker for Karnataka government. Go and revoke the bail. The law is the same for everyone. A habitual liar, a habitual offender does what he has been doing and for which he has been jailed in the past. What more do you want? Guys, I'm getting a little, upset with these things because you don't apply the same yardstick to everybody. Nupur Sharma still can't step out. All because of this liar. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Any other questions? Magnet Rangaji wants to know, true that Modi government treated Raga with kid gloves last 10 years. Do you expect the next 5 years to be any different? Magnet Ranga, go back and look at the definition of the word insanity. That's my answer. Next one. I think that's all the questions we have. Understand this, guys. We need to stand up for our fellow Hindus. This has got nothing to do with what he said. It is people creating mischief out of it. This is going to go viral, I'm telling you, unless they take suo motu action. And this guy has basically taken something and put it out of context. Okay, and it is up to the government to show its teeth and revoke the bail for him. Otherwise, book him for this. There's nothing wrong in that. If you don't crack the whip, when are you going to do it? Now the problem is, if they don't act 56-inch, even your hardcore Hindu voter will start getting discouraged. Sorry to say this thing. Next question, please. Happy Holdings wants to know, since elections are scheduled in J&K, so-called parties bring back some terrorism. You know, this is one of those things that the Indian government feels compelled to do. I kind of don't want it right now. Unless a Kashmiri Hindu feels safe in the valley, I don't think they are ready for elections. Look at what they did. They went and elected Rashid Engineer. Guy is a terrorist. He's in jail. So people are not, again, it could be another money incitement thing, or I don't know what else I can say. You replace one set of rascals with another set of scoundrels, it's not going to solve the problem. So in my opinion, no. Until that resettlement process is well underway and they understand now that this BS is not going to go, that there are enough people to defend for themselves, that their writ won't run large, you should not have elections. It's just not ready. Look at what happened. Israel gave Gaza back to the Palestinians to run for themselves. All the money, all the steel, all the cement, they used that to construct tunnels so they could destroy Israel. So, and by the way, guys, there was the J&K government used to swindle money out of the bank also. The corruption is at its highest in the state of J&K. We all say, right, oh, my state is becoming corrupt. The highest percentage of corruption was in J&K. At that time, you should read the comments of 𝗤𝙑𝗍𝗫𝗬 Malik, the then governor, as to how corrupt it was. Because it got dismissed, remember. So, I personally feel that there is no time. This is not the time for elections to be held. So what? So the 10 people from US will start shouting and they'll pass a resolution. IIMC, as usual, the loudmouth mouthpiece, alphabet soup, will start saying something. Let them say. So what? So what? Today, one clever thing the Modi government did. Again, the Modi government is very poor at communicating. One clever thing they did. They have got investment from UAE and Saudi Arabia right inside Srinagar for all the 5-star hotels that have come up there. Business talks, guys. That's all I can say. Any other questions? Bharadwaj, thank you so much. Truptikaran will continue. Your views. Well, it is now a matter of being alive or not. So I don't think so. There has to be a change. And this has to be a calibrated change. It cannot be like, you are going this way and then immediately go 180 degrees and swing the other way. It has to be a calibrated change. One sure step at a time. Keep moving forward, but one sure step at a time. I've read some news items that India is doing what has been bandied about, that they are resettling some ex-servicemen in the valley. We have to wait, because army has a lot of land. Okay, that's not a problem. And you can carefully choose the perimeter where you want to resettle the Kashmiri Hindus. They may not be able to get their old house, but at least they should be able to get an equivalent. And the old house, some of them had to do distress sales. Today, if you felt that you had to do a distress sale, you write to the government, they are acting on it. See, you have to start. They were, placed on our heads and running around. The average amount of money spent per Kashmiri is 70,000 rupees. And an average amount of money spent per resident of Uttar Pradesh was 4,000. Where is 70,000 and where is 4,000? They enjoyed subsidies for the longest time. I don't know if the subsidies still exist. I remember in 1975, when I had gone to the valley for the first time, a kilo of rice was costing 5 rupees in Delhi and any other place outside. It was being given to them at 44 paisa per kilo. Sugar was 44, rice was 44 paisa. 44 paisa. Did they love India for it? So this is the situation. Nobody will come out and say that yes, this was the case. I challenge every one of those Kashmiri Valley loudmouths. Prove me wrong. Okay, next question, please. Kushanand Keshav wants to know, Euro countries are cancelling the citizenship and visas to Muslims. Why should India do appeasement for Muslims? Look, Kushananji, we have 15% population. 90% of that population is peace-loving, literally peace-loving. Yeah, 10% are loudmouth, and this 10% have a creation. They have great mischief potential. One of the mischief that's being created is through madrasas. Why are we not closing down the madrasas? What are we afraid of? Because see, what happens is with every succeeding day, the antagonism, because 6-year-olds get taught that you need to kill, then what hope do you have to change their mind? Some of the problems that Europe is facing is because the so-called immigrants that they have from the Muslim countries, those immigrants did not step out beyond 30 kilometers of where they were living. In other words, their view of the world was this small, everybody else is bad, death to America, that sort of view. So when you take them and transplant them into Europe, they are not able to adjust. This is a bad idea. Yes, Europe was declining in population. They needed some hands. Professor Arya put it best. They want them to come out during the day and clean up all their mess, and then they want them to disappear at night so that the native Europeans can have their nightlife the way they are used to. See, this is the crux of the problem. It may sound crude, but that is the crux of the problem. So they should have, done it properly. There was a way to do that. They messed it up for political reasons. Every European country is a democracy. That should tell you something. Viewpoint, how to convey this to PM? They are all watching. Viewpoint, PGurus, they watch because they think that I'm Swami's mouthpiece. How many comments will come? Just watch. Oh, here goes Swami's mouthpiece again. The man had a good idea. Why don't you understand and recognize it? Next one. Krishnamurthy Chandrasekharan wants to know, how does one stand up for Anand Ranganathan and similar gaslighting? Well, change.org will have some petitions. Panun Kashmir's tweet, please retweet that. We'll have the links. Please retweet that. Retweet Tehseen Poonawala's comment. And write to your local Lok Sabha MP. I have given you these links for a long time. I can send you the link. I'll put the link again as a in the reference section. We are lazy, guys. You can look it up. Just go to government, contacting your MP, Lok Sabha MP, and they'll tell you exactly. They'll give you the email address. They'll give you even the telephone number. That will ring in his office. Somebody will pick it up. I'm telling all the things you can do from your couch. You don't have to go to any office. You don't have to spend any time. Do it. Put 5,000 requests to each MP. See what they do. Next one, please. Full Metal Heart, thank you so much. Aren't we expecting things quickly of BJP? They have actually done a lot in the last 5 years, but tried to become liberal in the end. That's the result. No, I think we shouldn't think of like quickly, slowly. In 10 years, they have established a certain path, a certain process. That process needs to be, put on the next higher gear. I'm telling you, right? Don't go from this to this. Go this, but not go back. Go this, like that. Calibrated moves in the forward direction with no looking back. Next one, please. They have to stop hating other religious people. Okay, bottom line is that, and they have to accept all religions are the same. I respect your religion as much as you respect mine. This mutual respect has to come. That's why I keep saying the order is human beings first. Sree sir, no outsider can still purchase land in Kashmir because Amit Shah, the Mandwali Baj Baniya, did a backdoor deal and introduced a 15-year domicile clause. I don't know. I thought it was 5 years, not 15 years. See, there are a few complications also, and the reason for saying that was that you don't want people from Bombay or some of the places where real estate is quite expensive to go and flood the place with bids and drive the price up, right? You want a calibrated price increase. Also, you want to give it to the people who actually lost the land. Not every Kashmiri Pandit who just left with their clothes are going to be able to afford these high rates. So that part I see value. Again, I mean, this is the thing here. Anything you take, right? थोड़ा सोचना पड़ता है आपको. You have to think a little bit beyond what that one headline you are seeing. Because on the ground, the implementation is a little bit different. The other interesting thing I noticed was that this domicile issue, if you happen to be an ex-serviceman and you move to Kashmir, whatever time you spend in Kashmir, including the service time that you spend, will be counted towards your domicile. So you understand that. So there is, while you can say this clause is not good, there's also this other entry clause. Next one, please. Full Metal Height, thank you again. RSS has just taken over. Let's wait. I bet RSS is going to drop Modi, Amit Shah. Amit Shah was never Chanakya. It was actually 𝗤𝗚𝘀𝑆𝑎𝑛𝑡OSH, but sidelined. Full Metal Heart, I'm not privy to the going-ins or going-ons in RSS and BJP. And like I said, they all look at me as if I'm a mouthpiece of Dr. Swami. I'm not. The thing, why should I be? I'm halfway across the world and I have no benefit or losses by trying to be somebody's mouthpiece. He has his own Twitter handle, he has his own Facebook page, he has his own YouTube channel, he says whatever he wants. Why does he need a mouthpiece? He's quite erudite. Whatever be his political statement, that's his, right? So all I'm trying to say is they will watch this thing. Somebody will give a summary to Amit Bhai and Modi ji that, okay, this is what was discussed in PGurus channel about Kashmir. And let's see what happens. This time, I feel very strongly that you have to take a stand right here and now. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. We're coming back at in about half an hour's time or 45 minutes time with Sumit Peer on another development. Thank you very much. Namaskar.